3v3 Ulthane Temple blue team. First up, Necrophagist plays a Apothecary support commander that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. This is Ultramarine's DLC. Alongside, CreamySurprise is a big stompy Hive Tyrant durable commander that walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Very good offense, disruption and support. Begins in melee combat, and rounding off blue team is HandS0me, plays a Grey Knight Brother Captain, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Pretty durable and good support and offense and fights in melee combat. Red team, we have two Chaos Sorcerers. First up is Chaplain Hunter, and alongside is also Metroidd. These are disruptive commanders that fight in melee combat, lots of great manipulation, and can generally annoy the heck out of you with their spells. In between is Xolid, plays a Mekboy teleporting commander that fights range combat, good DPS, can also repair, support, disrupt, and build structures. This is 2.2 Beta 2, some new maps. This is one of them, Ulthane Temple. If it looks familiar, that's because it's a jungle retheme of Argent Shelf Redux, created by Max Power. West side, we have Sorcerer versus Apothecary. Tactical Marine's going to need a heal. There it is. Double Heretics on them though with the Sorcerer. That is really bad positioning by Necrophagist. Was caught out and did lose a Tactical Marine in the end. CSM forcing melee on retreat, but they can't get another model. Blue team trying to push through mid. Hive Tyrant is going to be forced off. I think Brother Captain alongside. That's two big heavyweight commanders alongside each other there. Termagants will now be without their basic synapse as the Hive Tyrant retreats. Heretics do get away with one hit point, or do they? Wow. They stopped there, but then got their aspiring champion on retreat and lived. Spore Mines doing some serious damage there, and three of them still remain in that little pack. Sorcerer chasing down Termagants. CreamySurprise splitting his Termagants well there, and there is Doom Bolts on their face and does force them off. Strike Squad in retreat path, having forced off some Chaos Space Marines in melee combat. 447, 496, and the Brother Captain will decap. Red's natural in the north, blue team have a natural victory point in the south, and the contested VP of course on the west side is blue. There's some Tzeentch worship infiltrating the Sorcerer and those Chaos Space Marines infiltration, also granting you the 20% range damage reduction when you're partially revealed. 443, 496. Magons trying to retake this wreck point, which was capped by something, perhaps this Mekboy teleporting ahead. Now capping the central contested wreck point. There's also a contested power here and another contested power here. Raptors on the field for Chaplain. Jump troops that suppress when they land bolt pistols and chainswords to smack you in the face in melee combat. Have this awesome new portrait picture for these guys in 2.2. Looks like Metroidd also going for some Raptors. HandS0me with a strike squad into Purgation. We'll see how those Purgation hold up with their buffs to their Incinerators courage damage. Strike squad are quite low on health there. Shotgun scouts up for Necrophagist. Tactical Marines caught out again, slow to move. Suppose he's confident that his heal can keep them around, and there is the heal. Heretics moving in now. Raptors do a very reasonable amount of melee damage and 1050 hit points as well. Trying to get a model off these Tactical Marines, and they do. Can they get another one? They do. In fact, the entire squad goes down. Necrophagist really slow and sluggish, moving his Tactical Marines out of danger there. Barb Strangle Warriors all kicking off in mid. 413, 496. Hive Tyrant forced off by sluggers here, or is he? Yes. Nice Barb Strangler shot on those sluggers. The Warriors get away. Double Termagants backing off, one of them with Toxin Sacks. Brother Captain is there. 405, 496. Purgation firing away their Incinerators. These are Flamers that suppress infantry targets. Like other Flamers, very good versus garrisons, cover and structures as well. 397, 496. The Death Gun is up for the Mekboy, suppressing that Purgation squad, but he does have to teleport away. Here he is. 390, 496, 2-to-1 cap. Apothecary under serious pressure here, is replacing his tactical marine squad. Such a huge blow, losing a tactical squad. Not only is it a big loss losing the unit, you just fed your enemy a bunch of XP for wiping the squad as well. He has double Aspiring Champion Heretics there, Chaplain, which is a really good build for the Chaos Sorcerer because he can counter a setup team with his teleportation armor, 380, 496. Purgation, loser model, and are forced off. Heretics chasing down Stormtroopers, who are also forced off and have their grenade launchers. Unfortunately, one of the bugs in 2.2 beta is that they cannot use their barrage ability with grenade launchers, so they won't be able to disrupt all these things. Still some good damage output though, and Strike Squad running away. 378, 496, 2-1 cap for red. Termagants under pressure from the Sorcerer has Sword of Flame and Vestments of the Warp, such a classic loadout for the Chaos Sorcerer. Teleport around and smack stuff with this damage of a time weapon, as well as using Coruscating Flame to support your heretics. CreamySurprise coming to double the west side, which is very welcome, I'm sure, from Necrophagist. Is he going to go tier 2?
One of our generators is under attack.
First to go is Chaplain. No, sorry, HandS0me the first to go, followed by Chaplain. 355, 496. That awesome Barb Strangler, instant suppression and some good damage. Hit both of those Heretic squads and the CSM and the Sorcerer in one shot. And Necrophagist can now retake that west side. Here comes some Orks though. Barb Strangler again doing a great job hitting both of those Shooter Boy squads. And these are fully upgraded shooters. Big shooters and Knob Leaders. Big shooters got a slight damage reduction in 2.2. But the Knob Leaders, of course, granting plus 15% damage to the squad when they hit tier 2. That is new compared to retail. 334, 492. Strike Squad have lost the model but are sticking in this engagement. Now they retreat. Here come Heretics and some Chaos Space Marines. Raptors chasing down Termagants, but there's a crippling poison and they are forced off. Brother Captain getting stuck in. He's level 2, doesn't have any war gear yet. Stormtroopers with their Sergeant and grenade launchers. Warrior Brood with that Barb Strangler, and tier 2 for everyone. That damage buff with the Knob Leader really allows shooters to scale well in Elite Mod into tier 2 onwards. HandS0me with some Purifiers up. Dedicated melee squad with power melee weapons and a heavy melee Demon Hammer on the Justicar. Have the longest charge range in the game, and if you support them they can be fearsome. So we might see the warding staff from the Brother Captain, perhaps a Librarian, perhaps both. Warrior Brood losing a model. They are a Synapse creature, which is why those Termagants fell over and were damaged. Synapse Backlash. Sluggers using their Swampum, which reduces the range damage they take by 40%, allowing them to really tank those Termagants there, but they are forced off. CreamySurprise backing off his Warrior Brood now. And here are the Purifiers using their Psychic Field, which might wipe those shooters. No, they just about get away. Psychic Field does plasma damage over time. Damage increases the longer it's there for, and now Purifies against Raptors, and Purifies running out of that engagement. Heretics were there. Purifiers would handily beat Raptors if it was a 1v1 fight. Over 2,000 hit points when they have their Justicar. 319, 454. Sorcerer is level 2. On his way to level 3 though, and Hormagaunts need to run away here. And there we go. CreamySurprise going for double Tyrant Guard, awesome. Here's the first one. Super heavy infantry, 2,500 hit points of it. Really good DPS as well, and they can charge and self-heal. But you really need to keep them in Synapse or they become very slow and vulnerable. 306, 454. West side, what's going on? You have double shotgun scouts with sergeants forcing off the Raptors, and it looks like Necrophagist has recovered well. Has a Dreadnought up, which is going to really cause a lot of problems for those double Heretics, but Chaplain has a Dreadnought of his own and should be getting Mark of Tzeentch for this thing. Has an autocannon, which is good damage to all targets, small area of effect, but it will take a while to shoot down a rival walker. Mark of Tzeentch will make much shorter work of the Space Marine Dreadnought, which begins with a melee form, full melee form with 2 close combat weapons. Bit of a standoff in mid, which often happens on this map. 306440. Mekboy trying to suppress stuff with that Death Gun. And it looks like CreamySurprise didn't mean to get double Tyrant Guard. Huge engagement there is the Foot of Ork. Boom. Lots of damage from that thing, knockback and stun, and tons of Tyranids died there. There is Seismic Roar from the Hive Tyrant. Huge engagement, and here you see Ward up on the Purifiers. 30% less damage, that is from the Nemesis Warding Staff. And here comes that second Tyrant Guard. And Sluggers do not want to fight this thing. There's a special attack. Bloodletters are there. Bloodletters will do a lot of damage to a Tyrant Guard. Not sure if they can tank the damage it gives back though. This guy charging out to safety. 306410. Sluggers are going to get caught in retreat by a Hive Tyrant, but he can't wipe them out. West side is blue. Chaplain really needs to be getting Mark of Tzeentch on this guy. Doesn't have the resources right now. Got Mark of Tzeentch on his Chaos Space Marines though. Here we see this double Tzeentch worship. And we do see Mark of Tzeentch on the way for the Chaos Dreadnought missile launcher up for the Tactical Marines. Space Marine Dreadnought retaining its melee form for now. 306402 and double shield walls for those Tyrant Guard, which regenerates their health and gives them vehicle armor. It would be nice to see the Hive Tyrant with Psychic Scream, I think, because we're getting some huge engagements mid. Last couple of pushes have been full 2-on-2 fights. Tier 3 for CreamySurprise. Double Tyrant Guards and he still goes tier 3 in good time. Tyrant Guard only 400 rec, 55 power. So for 800, 110, which is the same amount of power for a Chaos Dreadnought, you can have 2 Tyrant Guards, and that is a powerful combo that can be really difficult to deal with. We'll see how he does with his. 306382. Here comes another push by Red. Huge engagement again. Doom Bolts with a Foot of Ork. Boom. Ouch. Hit the Purifiers as well with that one. And there's Mark of Tzeentch, Chaos Space Marines in there as well, doing a lot of damage to those Purifiers. There's the Dark Flames for good measure. Brood Nest goes up. Allow all of this stuff to reinforce now, and this is a huge fight. Here come the Tyrant Guards charging in the background there. And a Hell Fury Strike comes in from the Brother Captain of HandS0me, one of the globals for Grey Knights. Down goes the Brood Nest. Absolutely crazy action here. Tyrant Guard ripping up in amongst the Orks. 306358. Bloodletters here. Looks like there was a big lag spike in the game. 306352. Brother Captain went down and all of that craziness. Level 3. Tyrant Guard now fighting, Hive Tyrant now fighting a bunch of Chaos stuff. Needs to be careful here. Retreats out and should be okay. Tyrant Guard both survived this guy level 2. Both level 2 in fact. Up to 2750 hit points. Here we see a Capillary Tower. 306338. That Mark of Tzeentch Dreadnought looks like it took down Necrophagist's Dreadnought, who now has a Devastator Marine Squad. Is he going to go for a las cannon? Would be risky with those double heretics that can run in and those raptors that can jump. 301338. Psychic Field goes up, forces off the mech. Has the Mega Rumbler. 296338 Purifiers on their way to level 2. Brother Captain needs a revive, which will level the Hive Tyrant to 5, I think. Pressure here from Chaplain. We have Robes of Torment for the Chaos Sorcerer. Gives him that grenade icon, as you can see. 2-1 for red. 284, 338. Everyone tier 3 apart from HandS0me and Brother Captain is revived. He has the Mantle of Terror also. Nemesis Warded Staff, pretty beastly power melee weapon in its own right. 83.33 DPS, and it's going for the Unending Purge, which was buffed in 2.2. Now also grants a 20% damage reduction when it kicks in under 50% health. Or does it? I thought it did, but it's not on the tooltip unless the tooltip just hasn't been updated. 265, 338. There's a Foot of Gork on those Tyranids and a Dark Flames, but they do dodge it. Huge engagement now on the west side. Chains of Torment. And this Dreadnought is going to go down. I think he's trying to repair it, but he needs to move it off. Nob Squad is there. Tyrant Guard do a lot of damage to vehicles. They attack very quickly. Nob Squad taken out with a sync kill. Sorcerer teleports his Dreadnought away, but just teleported into some more trouble, and it goes down. The Sorcerer also went down. Nob Squad taking down that Tyrant Guard that was in shield wall. Nob Squad, elite, dedicated infantry, can go toe to toe with anything in the game, certainly a Tyrant Guard. Now this guy is in shield wall. Apothecary is there with an anointed power axe, 95 power melee damage per swing, which is around 50 DPS. There's Seismic Roar. Nob Squad is forced off, so that Tyrant Guard has a chance to survive. Weirdboy runs away for Xolid, and HandS0me had a bad engagement, only has Strike Squad and Purgation Squad left. Lost his Purifiers then. 265, 288. Raptors jumping in and then promptly running away. Tyrant Guard almost getting a model as they retreated. This guy now level 3, over 3,000 hit points. Awesome. You can buff its speed with Capillary Towers, which is a great use for them. Capillary Towers, of course, changed in 2.2 slightly and now grant a bunch of XP when you destroy them, and they don't affect monstrous creatures, that is Carnifexes and the Swarm Lord. Raptors going for their melters, gives them a melter bum also. And Chaos Terminators on the field for Metroidd have an autocannon already. Terminator variants that demoralize enemies when they kill them. You see the demoralization effect there. That red effect decreasing the damage and increasing the damage that they take. Wow. Marcus Inch. CSM really rip warriors apart. Tyrant Guard backing off, taking a lot of damage from that autocannon. Brood Nest is here, also grants some health regeneration, and blue team have a 2-1. Can they hold on though with HandS0me's depleted army? I'm not sure. It's not always clear when you're playing, when a player's lost a lot of stuff. I'm sure if red team knew, they'd push a bit more here. Look at this army for red team. They have level 3 Raptors, level 4 Chaos Space Marines, some Chaos Terminators, and Nob Squad, which is now fully upgraded. Level 3 Sluggers, level 3 Shooters, and a Weirdboy. That is a force to be reckoned with over there. 265, 242. Swarm Lord hits the field for CreamySurprise. Super unit for Tyranids. Here it is. A monstrous creature, a vehicle armored living thing, so it will regenerate health. Can drain health and return it to itself, so it has a self heal and also has a devastating area of effect melee attack, which could hurt that Nob Squad. All kicking off here. There's a Rocks, and that is awesomely done. Set it up with a Warp Vomit. 265, 222. That is devastating stuff. Amazingly, CreamySurprise gets away without a loss. There's a Tyrant formation. Lots of disruption and some decent damage. I'm quite a big fan of Tyrant formation. A lot of people don't like it. One of the huge benefits of it is that it happens so quickly. Just 1 or 2 seconds after the marker appears, and the central spine will pop up and hurt stuff. 265, 205. These Capillary Towers now granting a Synapse. Nob Squad fighting a Tyrant Guard and a Swarm Lord. Tyrant Guard goes into shield wall. Swarm Lord does good DPS. 265, 196. I don't think the Swarm Lord does splash damage though. Does attack very quickly, however. 265 191, and some Terminators are up for Necrophagist, who has recovered very well from that early tactical marine loss, has a Predator tank also. Need to tie up those Terminators. Tyrant Guard lives. It's level 4 as well. Look at this. 33, 27 hit points. This thing is tough. Weird Boy under pressure from the Swarm Lord. He runs away. He's level 4 as well. Look at this. Almost 1300 hit points on that guy. 265, 175. 2-to-1 cap for blue. And HandS0me now has some Grey Knight Terminators. Terminator variant with these halberds, splash damage, power melee. Also passively drain energy from enemies, which can be very annoying. And he's gone for the Live Moniker as well. Gives them hammer hand. They can also get a sidearm, incinerator or side cannon. We'll see if he goes for any of those. Chaos Terminators firing away with their auto cannon. And look at this, we have Hormagaunts with their new addition. It's a Synapse Warrior Leader. Grants them melee Synapse, but doesn't grant it to other squads, so you can't use it to give melee Synapse to everything. But look how much health he has, 525 health and some heavy melee DPS. Really interesting upgrade for the Hormagaunts. Termagants also can get a Venom Brood leader now in 2.2, but it's all kicking off again. Huge engagement, lots of massive engagements in the mid. There is Angels of Death from Necrophagist, giving a 50% damage reduction to all of his infantry and making them immune to knockback. Side cannons from the Purgation squad pouring in. Weird Boy gets away. Nob squad now going to take down the Swarm Lord. Are they? They use Frenzy. There's a Dark Flames. Here comes the Predator tank from Necrophagist. And that was pretty much a 3 versus 2 fight, because Necrophagist is here in full force. And there's the 2-to-1 to blue, and they might take this. Chaplain very slow to react and support from that west side. And that was a terrible engagement for red. Necrophagist coming to support mid at exactly the right time for that 3 versus 2 fight. And that was a huge engagement. Another brood nest goes up. So all of this stuff can reinforce. There's a capillary tower. Tyrant Guard still marching around at level 4. Awesome to see. And a Carnifex on the field for CreamySurprise. 265, 51. Picking off again. Chaplain picking a fight that he cannot win. Put down his Chains of Torment. And the Heretics do get away. The Sorcerer also got away. But the CSM need to run. 265, 40, 2-to-1 cap. There is the retreat. Level 3 Purgation with those side cannons doing a lot of damage. Predator tank needs to back away. Chaos Terminators forcing melee with their power fist, also firing that auto cannon, which will fire on the move. Teleporting in behind it, in fact. Unable to force melee, though it was backing away, and vehicles have right of way in terms of movement, but it's going to go down here. Down it goes. 251, 36. Triple cap for red all of a sudden. Wow, that was a very quick pushback. Blue team will take their natural back. Carnifex has the Thorn back upgrade, making it into a pretty fearsome melee kind of walker type thing. Does a huge amount of damage and almost 2,000 hit points at level 1. And that thing can level up. 220, 36. Double cap for red. There's a Dark Flames and another Foot of Gork. We've seen that used very well by Xolid. He has a looted tank as well, and another big engagement brewing. Tyrant Guard charging away. Sluggers getting away. These guys must be level 4. No, they're still level 3. Side cannons turning their attention to that looted tank. Look at the DPS. If you stay close enough to those guys to shoot you, you're going to take so much damage. Big boom shot disrupts this Purgation, but the looted tank needs to flee. I have Tyrant going after it. Only has Rending Talons, but still might take it down. And the Strike Squad level 3 do help take it down. These guys have their Justicart. Gives them a couple of nice abilities, Purification and Energy Burst. Down goes the Tyrant Guard. That guy did awesomely well. Fell at level 4. The Carnifex trying to avenge it. Spawn some Rippers. Nob squad might get wiped out here. and they do get wiped out. 198-36, crazy action. Something teleported out there, or something, not sure what happened. 198-36, Predator tanked by Necrophagist, his second. His Terminator's in dire need of reinforcing back a base. Chaos Predator being chased by the Carnifex, which has lost a bunch of health, and HandS0me now has a Terminator Librarian to support his Grey Knight Terminators. 198-34. CSM in the garrison, run away, there we go. 197-34. Tactical Marines for Necrophagist hit in level 4. There's the 1-to-1 cat. Red team are holding on very well after that big engagement they had. Xolid though only has sluggers left. In fact, he now has some commandos. Need to take their natural back. Purgation now level 4. Doing some serious damage with those side cannons. That was the circle of summoning. Bunch of bloodletters who are wiped out. Grey Knight Terminators seriously need a heal. Necrophagist though is not around. 192-14, level 9 Apothecary. Wow, he's done very well with that power axe. It's a double cap for blue, and this could be it. In fact, it should be it. Red team will take the natural, but it's not going to be enough. Double cap, and there's the game. Some crazy action. Saw a bunch of the new 2.2 stuff. Here is that level 3 Hormigaunt Brood with the Warrior Leader. Awesome stuff. Did he get the Venom Brood leaders for the Termagants? No, he didn't. Some really great play by CreamySurprise, I think. Used his Termagants very well and led the line of his Hive Tyrant, who hit level 8. Look at that. Brother Captain hit level 6. Sorcerers level 3 and level 4. The Mech level 8 as well. Tons of stuff died. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.